What's up, everybody? I just announced what's going on. Are all the ads food related? Did the chat thing kind of changed. We got the profile pictures back. I'm gonna change that. Change that back. Just announce on Twitter and then I'll start grinding. Yeah, I'm sure it was because I didn't change it from last week to this week. But you know, that's fine. Okay. Everything visible here. I just have the right part of the game cut off. It's not going to be like that when I do the Shmup Slam run, but I just have the right part of the game cut off because there's nothing there. There's literally nothing on the right side of the screen. Okay, the level I'm most worried about. I mean, the level I'm most worried about always has to be 2-5 because it's cancer. It's a pure cancer of a level. But I'm more worried that I'm just not even going to get to 2-5 at all. So with that in mind, I think I'm most worried about 2-1 probably. I also turned the music on. Not used to that. But I feel like the music should probably be on, right? I just gotta get out of here, man. Just gotta get out of here, come on. I don't know why I thought there was a red guy to my left. It was just a green guy. This is kind of a weird setup here. I usually don't take that kind of route. I don't want to step down there because in a situation like that, I don't want to step down because the bomb could just run away from me and leave me getting killed by the turret. The bomb gives you... Wait, what? Bro, check the tape on that one. What was that? Why did I not hit him? Sometimes... That's a bomb, unfortunately. Sometimes the game just be like that. I don't know what to do there other than bomb. A couple of bombs on this level is not the end of the world, though. How's it going, Luke? Yeah, this is a really good game. Honestly, to me, I mean, I just have a problem with, like, you know, arcadey games that are like more... I didn't see the red guy spawn. I have a problem with arcadey games that are more like static, you know? Like if the level design and enemy spawns are all really static, even if it's like beat 'em ups where the AI is like really dynamic, you know, really random, it's just not enough. Somehow, I don't know. I like having to think a lot on the fly. But to me, with that in mind, to me this is just straight up one of the greatest like arcade style games ever. I don't like anything about this. This is horrible because the bomb went all the way to the left, so the stairs are going to be all the way on the right. I have to bomb there, and I'm probably going to have to bomb again. I was trying to figure out a way to set up a cherry bomb there to clear the way to the stairs, but the blue guys harassing me from the middle made it impossible. But just like the number of like pure panic moments per second in this game is pretty wild. I think I have to cherry bomb there. That didn't help as much as I hoped it would. Dude! Yeah, and that's another bomb. I mean, if that, like, certain levels, this is definitely one of them. You're just gonna have to bomb multiple times sometimes, and have to accept that that's not my problem, that's Boghog's problem, and Boghog will be there for me to blame. So... No! As long as I press the bomb button, everything's fine. Most important... Wow, thought I could get out of range there. Most important thing is that I press the bomb button. I feel like your brain is melting when you look at this game. Well, keep in mind that this is the second loop where everything's like way faster. I recommend looking at the first loop first. Bomb count under your character? That was always like that. Depends on the game for you. Right now you're getting really deep into Snake Eater runs, which itself is a pretty static game, but has a lot of ways to interact with its compounding systems. Part of that might also be the whole package it's wrapped into, and I adore frantic dynamic games all the same, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, for me the thing is like, in a game like this, I get it all like naturally in a way. Like I just boot up the game and I start playing, and without having to like, you know, study a route from someone else or like, you know, plan out a route myself, and like, you know, that part of that kind of thing feels like there is like a puzzly aspect to it, but I feel like it can't really stack up to like real puzzle games. And as someone who plays a lot of real puzzle games, like when I play an action game, I want it to be more the action part, you know? I don't know how much that makes sense. I'm not really trying to make a very strong argument right now. This... Get the bomb, man! This is one of the worst. That's the fucking grenades are gonna hit me. This is one of the worst bombs. Maybe I need to find a better way to, or a better term for these things. The freaking gold bombs. Because I call everything bombs. I call the cherry bombs, I call cherry bombs, which is at least distinct. But then I call the, you know, the regular shmup bomb button, I call that a bomb, and then I call the gold bombs bombs. But I think they're supposed to be caramels or something, but they kind of look like apples, but they're gold. And then yeah, I accidentally just called the grenades from the green guys bombs as well, but usually I call them grenades. Honeypots? Yeah, it's like... I don't know. Caramel apples. Doesn't seem like quite the right color for caramel, but maybe, I don't know. Let's compare to the caramel on the left. It's not, yeah, that's more a caramel color, you know? The stack of caramels on the left. I assume that's what that is. So how's it going, Simon? How's it going, John? Bomb action. Perfect grenade spot. Getting good at recognizing... I pressed the bomb button, I swear to God I pressed it. Getting good at like recognizing, you know, when to use cherry bombs. Did I say grenade again? Anyway, getting good at like noticing ahead of time, because you really have to do it ahead of time. You can't just like say, oh, I want to be throwing a cherry bomb right now and then make it work, because there's a huge delay between when you start trying to throw a cherry bomb and when it actually goes off. This is fucked. If you hadn't walked left there, it would have been fine. Just spamming bombs on this level. The backstory on the showcase? I don't know. I just figured I should submit it for this event, even though it's not really a shmup, right? It's like it's shmup adjacent. It's shmup adjacent, and I know Mark, who runs the showcase, and Boghog, who made this game, are friends. So I figured he would be happy to let this in. And people watching would be interested to see what's cool about this game. But yeah, I don't know why I just panicked and bombed there. That was not necessary. I think I should probably go ahead and get that in that case. The weight there. But yeah, like, I don't think I'm gonna try to commentate. Like, this is pretty goofy with me trying to commentate right now. Even like halfway trying to commentate and like pausing after every after every level. Feels pretty goofy. I think I'm just gonna like pop in and say a few introductory words and then let Boghog and Mark commentate. And then pop back in at the end and accept my shame for not for not successfully getting the 2-all. I think I should go ahead and get that. Wasn't sure if that was gonna hit the blue guy, so I had to step aside. Have to bomb because he stepped so far to the left there. I'm aware that nothing that I'm saying probably makes sense to anyone, because it's all about like what specific enemy that I'm looking at. When there's like 50 enemies on the screen, you have to get really good at this game before you can even like know which enemy you should be looking at any given moment. That's like the whole thing. When to tune in? It's I think I put it in the title, but yeah, it's in the title of the stream. But it's like 10 PM Eastern time approximately. I'll post the schedule though. And then you can see, I assume it'll update. I don't know, maybe it won't update, but like that's the estimate, you know. Any other important comments I missed? Yeah, it does look like pancakes, but also I don't know. It's like everything looks not quite right for what I assume it is supposed to be, so I don't even know. What do you mean it's not a shmup? You shoot enemies. Yeah, but I'm shooting them down and left and right as well. I'm not only shooting them up. Yes, I'm aware that this means that horizontal shmups are not actually shmups. And you know what? That's actually based. Actually a base definition that we will go with. I don't know what to do about that other than this. Too many blue guys, man. Maybe I should have gone down to the middle there. I'm not actually sure. Oops. It ended up being super free. See, that's like a textbook. It's like a textbook 2-1 that I would love to to get in the showcase, but I will probably be getting a bunch of these disaster using 4 bombs. Whoops, that's not good. Terrible movement. Didn't see this other blue guy. Oh man. I mean, what do I even do here? Just try to get in a position to use a decent bomb like that. Okay. I don't know, let's jump to another level. Maybe a little bit of practice on 2-2 could be good. An apple cutter. An apple cutter device. Yes. It's a very fancy device. I don't know what I'm doing at all. Somehow managed to not shoot anything there. This is awkward if I get in this... I'm stupid. That's awkward if I get in that kind of situation because I'm trying to grenade... Saying grenade again. I'm trying to cherry bomb both of these turrets and potentially any enemies that get caught up there. But I have to... The thing about the cherry bomb is... I didn't react quickly enough. The thing about the cherry bomb is, it's just such a long delay between when you decide to use it and when it actually happens, and you're vulnerable that entire time, and you can't even bomb if something really bad happens while you're throwing your cherry bomb. There's like quite a delay between when you throw it and when you can bomb, so it's like you need a pretty safe couple of seconds there. And so when you're down on this long like corridor at the bottom, trying to cherry bomb, I don't know what I'm thinking right now. I'm just not looking at the screen because I'm trying to talk. Yeah, when you're down at this long corridor at the bottom trying to kill a blue guy, it's like... sometimes it can be hard to find that 2 seconds to cherry bomb. Yeah, I definitely need to not be talking when I'm playing this game at the actual event. This seems surprisingly fine. I'm eating a lot of things that I was not able to eat a year ago. It's been about a year since I stopped doing the speedrun streams, by the way. Glad some old heads are still showing up from those days. Dude. Sometimes you just get stuck in one area and there's just no good way out without bombing for like 10 seconds. And 10 seconds is like the difference between life and death in this game. So many enemies spawn in the span of 10 seconds and the ghosts... Why did I go down? Let's just see what happens. This is probably a disaster. Let's just see. Maybe I'll try to bomb my way out, or... cherry bomb my way out up here. I wasn't sure if that blue guy would shoot or not. If he had, I wouldn't have had time to react. Okay, so it all comes down to like where the stairs spawn. And it's the worst possible spot. I think in this situation I would just, you know, hopefully I'm not getting into this situation at all, but I think there I would just bomb my way through the geometry like that. Like this, I have to move from the grenades. It's not good. But yeah, I have 7... I think it's 7 bombs total. So basically 7 get out of checkmates free buttons throughout the course of the run. I shouldn't need one. Certainly I shouldn't need more than one for the first loop. But like, I would say more than one average is needed for just 2-5. And yeah. What am I doing, man? I just I couldn't tell how that guy was moving. That guy was moving different, okay? Oh no. I think here I would do the same thing. Just bomb through the geometry. Accidentally picked up the bomb. There's basically an invisible line. Like, if you can see my cursor, I don't know if you can. I'll just walk. Like, an invisible line right here, vertically through the entire screen. And if you pick up the last gold bomb, whatever it is, apple, whatever, to the left of that line, then the stairs will spawn on the far right side of the screen. If you pick it up to the right of that line, the stairs will spawn on the left. And generally I am routing so that the last one that I pick up is close to where the stairs are going to spawn, which if I pick it up to the right of that line, then the stairs will always be on the left and they'll always be relatively close to where I am for this level. But if I accidentally pick it up to the right of that line like I just, or to the left of that line like I just did, it's kind of a disaster. I'm not even gonna try to cherry bomb. Actually, I'll cherry bomb now. Never really done that before, but didn't even hit the blue guy. This seems fine, honestly. Basically every other level is really hard. Or every other level is like harder. Like the odd numbered levels are harder, and the even numbered levels are easier. So 1, 3, 5, and 7, but especially 5. 3 is probably the easiest of those 4. That's not good. I can't believe I reacted in time. But yeah, I'm not really supposed to try to shoot the turret at the beginning in that scenario because another enemy can still be spawning. Sometimes the enemy spawn timings, even at the very beginning of a level, vary in a very strange way that I don't understand. I don't know what I'm doing. I was worried about that grenade. Man. And yeah, sometimes you're like trying to shoot the turret at the very beginning, but 1, it turns toward you and tries to shoot you, and 2, at the same time, an enemy spawns and blocks your shot that was supposed to go to the turret, and so you just get owned by the turret. There's just so many gotchas. There's just infinite gotchas in this game. I should put gotchas, the other definition of gotchas, on my game design trends tier list. Okay, I just did the exact same thing that I said I shouldn't do again. Yeah, there's a thing called a cherry bomb. So if you see the cherry times 8 on the left, that's how many cherry bombs I have. You have 8 for the whole run. Whereas the Shmup bombs, you start with, I think, 3, and then you get more with score. But like, in a 2-all run, like, you're gonna get all of them. So you can basically just assume that you have, I don't even know what to do right now. You can basically just assume that you have 7 for the whole run. You don't have to like worry about the score. But yeah, the cherry bomb is like this. I have to stop and throw it, and I'm vulnerable while I'm throwing it, and it takes a long ass time to like wind up, but then it clears an area. But there's also such a delay that this is best case scenario, by the way. If I get that last bomb on the right side of the invisible line there, and then the stairs spawn right there, that completely trivializes the hardest part of the level. Yeah, you don't need it for the 1-all, and honestly, I was barely using them when I got the 1-all. But yeah, you hold down the shoot button, and then you can aim it. I don't know, I was gonna say something else, but yeah, oh yeah, the thing about the cherry bomb is it's just so it's not dependable, really. Like you use the cherry bomb to try. It's like a dice roll, right? When you use the cherry bomb, you're taking a dice roll that's like, I mean, it depends on the situation, but often it's like 50% chance this is going to hit these 2 blue guys that I'm aiming at and like make this next section a lot easier. And then like a 25% chance it's only going to hit one of the 2 blue guys, and then I'm going to still have to like maybe worry about it and figure out how to kill that other one. And then like a 25% chance also that it just doesn't do anything. They just dodge it completely, right? Because there's just such a long delay between when you throw it and when it blows up. So they just have time, like especially in Loop 2, the enemies move so fast. They just have time to get out of the way if they feel like it. I wanted to see if I could make it there. I would not have gone for that in the real run. Here I want to clear these guys before I... Scary. Scary again. Don't like that. Dude. This is really good movement on that gold bomb, though. Not good movement on that guy. Is the girl a cherry or an apple? I think she's supposed to be a cherry. I don't know. I guess she's apple, because someone was asking. I forgot to answer this question. Someone was asking, is there a way to change the leaderboard name? And no, it just says apple. Like, it just says apple, and I'm pretty sure there's no way to change it. So yeah, I guess she's supposed to be an apple. I thought there I had enough time, but I guess not. I really need to... Execution error. I really need to stop doing this nonsense where I try to shoot the turrets immediately when it's risky. I don't even know what to do about this. Cherry bomb? I thought the cherry bomb was gonna kill him. It didn't. He was just out of range. I could have very easily shot there. This is definitely a cherry bomb. But yeah, the thing about this game is you die in one hit, always. So this is the dumbest possible thing that anyone could ever do at a video game showcase marathon thing, is try to get a 2-all in this. This seems very risky. But yeah, this was, you know, this game was intended as the prototype, or the, you know, the minimal version of the game. Did not see that guy coming up on me. So presumably there will be a caramel action macro. Here I have to wait and shoot a guy. So there's this thing I'm always paying attention to, which is the timer on the left side of the screen. When it gets down to 45, it's going to increment a counter. In my video I said set a flag, which I found out later is actually not true. It's going to increment a counter from 0 to 1, which is the number of graves that the game owes me. Okay? The ghosts spawn from graves, and the graves spawn from dead enemies. And what determines when those graves drop from dead enemies is this counter. Okay, and so when the counter goes down to 45 within a level, so when I've taken 15 seconds within a level and not gotten out, it will increment that counter. So the next time I kill an enemy, it will spawn a grave. And I do not want that grave at the beginning of the next level, but the counter carries over from one level to the next. Okay, so to avoid that, I have to make sure I don't just walk out the stairs immediately after the timer gets down to 45. So in that case, I saw that it was at 46. So it felt sketchy, so I stopped, and I wasn't in danger at that moment. So I stopped for a second, let an enemy spawn, killed it at 45, and then walked out the stairs. Because otherwise, in the next level, I would have had a grave and then a ghost on me like immediately at the beginning, which is just horrible. In some levels, it's especially horrible. Like if that happens in 2.5, it's just run over, I feel like. Here, like, I can kind of wait around for a minute, so I kind of want to see if I can get lucky and have that... Don't like that at all. Have that, gold bomb move toward me a little bit. But it unfortunately did not. Just clearing out this whole... section for some reason. What I thought I was hitting there. The YouTube chat is more active than the Twitch chat. Yeah, it seems... I didn't know, like, what to what to do about, like, where to stream when I started doing this, because, like, the people who followed me for my game design takes are, I feel like, more on YouTube than Twitch. But the people who watched me stream before I was doing this weekly stream thing were mostly on Twitch, and it seemed pretty even, but I think over time it's started to skew more toward YouTube. I think YouTube is just a better interface, honestly, as well. And, like, it's easier to not get ads on YouTube, I'm guessing, as well. Not sure how true that is, but... Whoops, I did not see that blue guy at all. This is... okay. Can I get out of here? You are a France. That's nice. Greetings from France. Do they have greetings from places at Shmup Slam or no? I feel like everyone's from Europe around there. Everyone at Shmup Slam's from Europe, surely. That was a little sketchy. I wonder if I'm getting a instant grave here. Yeah. It's actually not, it's actually not right at 45. It's like, for some reason it's like at the last, it's like at the very end of 46. It's probably at like, 45.8 or something like that. But it's like before the timer actually shows 45 that it increments that counter I was talking about. Jacques speak French? No. Okay, this level's fine-ish. I'm doing a good job pressing the bomb button, which is the most important thing, but, you know, that can only get us so far. But it will consistently get us deep into the second loop, at least. I'd rather have that than, like, deaths in the first loop. It's kind of weird. Don't like anything about that, and I don't like that grenade. Bro! It's a disaster. It's a disaster. This level was way too easy to be spending 2 bombs or whatever I just spent on it. I don't know why I just shot. See, both of those blue guys could have wandered into or stayed in that, That was interesting. I had to go to the right to... This is horrible. I had to go to the right to kill that blue guy because the green guy was in the way and I didn't have time to shoot twice. Whoops, I don't know how I shot left instead of up there. Okay, maybe 2-4 needs more practice than I think, or maybe I just need to lock in. I think I decided that I'm going to... use 2 cherry bombs on this level, both loops? I don't know, that feels like I'm really taking a lot of cherry bombs away from myself for the rest of the game, but yeah, no, you don't, the green guys don't have hitboxes. That's another thing that I did not know when I, when I got my 1-all. Yeah, dude. This is a disaster of a route as well. Bro! Lock in, man. Lock in. I'm completely out of it now. I probably should, like, avoid... I don't even know. I probably should avoid, like, doing too much practice, or really any practice, like, right before... Jesus Christ, I just need to cherry bomb this guy. And it didn't do anything? Oh man, this is horrible. I'm gonna just start. I'm just gonna bomb again. Wow. Bomb at the middle for this stage. Usually I just don't have to bomb on this stage at all. I feel like I'm getting crazy unlucky. Even here, I'm in a really weird situation that I don't normally get into. Execution error. I was trying to walk into the path to the middle. But yeah, I think I start playing significantly worse after however long it's been. Even after that short amount of time, like your brain is kind of exhausted with this game because it's so dense, like I was saying. So yeah, I should make sure to not practice like too much right before. The ghost, man. That was my one chance. Just kidding. Gave me another chance over here. I am getting a ghost immediately now though, which is really bad if this were a real run. Kinda worried that he would still hit me. I think this ghost is gonna be a problem. Whoops. I don't know, dude, I don't know. Okay, we're just bombing our way out of this and then it's fine, probably. What does the ghost do? It just, you know, it goes through all geometry and it kills you if it touches you. It does respond to bombs, though. Both bombs and cherry bombs push it away. Like, infinite range push it away. So anytime you bomb or cherry bomb, it's going to push the ghost away from the bomb. Which is usually away from you. Anyway, how about that, oh. I survived too long, so now I'm out of cherry bombs. For some reason in the practice mode, your cherry bombs carry over. If you survive, as long as you survive. Guy was scaring me. Ah! See, like, even the execution errors, like I was not making execution errors before, and now I am. Here other than press the bomb button. Always a good solution. Oh, I thought I was getting away with that. Didn't remember a ghost. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about with the graves and the timer and all that. That was like the biggest realization that like unlocked the 2-all as a possibility. Until I figured that out, I just like had no idea how it would be remotely possible to get a... This feels really scary. I think I have to bomb. Dang, dude. I guess I just do need a lot more practice than I thought on this level. I don't know, maybe I should think about what someone was saying about bombing in the middle. I mean, bombing in the middle is good, like, it just in general. If it's, like, toward the end of the level. I don't like this because these guys are both threatening to come down here. I don't know. I think I need to take this opportunity to get these. Need to watch that turret. Normally I don't leave a turret alive on this level at all, so... Wasn't sure if that'd be okay or not. Okay, should be good. Vivid Lope. Yeah, I don't know. I just like that I am blind. I just like that I have to make a lot of trade-offs and interesting decisions and risk analysis type of things every, like, microsecond. And it tests my understanding of the game systems really well, you know? Thought I was dead. Again, I have to do an extra kill there at the end to intentionally spawn a grave, because at 35 you get another one. That's not good. No. This is also not good. It's fine. I saw the one way out of the checkmate there. Let's look up Vivid Lope, I'm curious. Firefox is updating. let's not do anything until that finishes. Okay, here we go. Arcade game with a puzzle touch. I generally do like things that are framed that way. I think I've seen this before. Is this recent? No, 2023. Yeah, I have seen this before. Could be good. I'm a wishlist it. Oh, I already have it on my wishlist. Thanks, though. Apparently I have seen it before, because it's on my wish list. That happens to me so often, man. I don't even have, like, that many games on my wish list, but... like, I've seen people with more. I do have a lot, but I have seen people with more. I think I have, like, 300 or something. Just a lot of interesting looking games, and I like trying games for, like, a few minutes, right? Like, I don't know why I stopped there. This is such a disaster, man. I like trying games for a few minutes, and if I can't tell from the trailer whether I would like it or not, I will try games for 2 minutes and drop them. Or if it's an arcadey game, often I'll like try it for a few minutes and then be like, okay, I understand how to play this game, now let me look up some high-level gameplay and see if it gets interesting once you're good at it. And often that is revealing. Do I know Hyper Bun Buster? I haven't tried it because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it. I'm going to play it when it comes out. Haven't tried the demo, I mean. I did not think I was getting away with that, but I pressed the bomb button at a time when the bomb is not available. What is going on, man? What is going on, man? I can't go that way. My shots are not killing enemies, just like crazy often right now. There's weird stuff with the like multiple enemies hit with the same bullet. However that works in this game, I want to describe it as jank, honestly. I want to say that there's jank to that, but maybe it's just that I don't understand. I think when I understand how it works, it will still be jank. It's just that it might be jank that is interesting once you understand it. Can you not push any blocks? No, you can't push any blocks. I don't even know what a kinny is. Oh, kin, like dragon kin or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I get that it's like a furry thing, but yeah, Hyper Bunbuster. I'm optimistic about it. That's why I'm not playing the demo, because I don't feel like I need to play the demo. I'll just wait. Although that is the opposite of what I did this week with Order of the Sinking Star, but you know, I was just, I was gonna hear a million things about Order of the Sinking Star no matter what, so I figured I should just go ahead and play the demo. The demo was also very reassuring. Looking forward to the game. Know how to deal right now. Just an extra loop around the middle, I guess. It's really nice when you get all of the red guys. Well, of course a new one spawns immediately, but it's really nice when you can get all the red guys tailing you like that in a line. Failure to turn. Also, it probably would have been late anyways. I think I was dead there even if I had turned successfully. It's really good. Here, that's something I should be thinking about in this level, trying to consciously set it up so that I leave a blue guy at the bottom. Because one less blue guy in the middle, I'm stupid, one less blue guy in the middle makes a massive difference on this level. So if I can bait a blue guy to going all the way to the bottom of the screen when I go to the middle, or the top of the screen, that's super good. Sure, what the best approach is here. I guess farther away from the ghost is good. If you want to watch my Devil Daggers PB, what name would you search in game? Jack? just Jack. There are multiple though. Mine's the one that's like 528 or something. Somehow I thought that was gonna maybe be okay. But not okay. But yeah, this game is obnoxious. 100% of the time it is obnoxious to you, to the player. It's non-stop harassment. Sounds good. Hobop. Thanks for the good luck. Sure, if I should have killed him there, I didn't have to do that. I feel like yeah. If the blue guy had stepped one more space to the right, I could have killed him, but that was all the time that I had. I couldn't wait around and mess with that more. I had to bomb. I want to go down here. Am I the only person that has a 2-all as far as I know? I'm the only person who's gotten past 2-1 as far as I know, to be honest with you, but that could be That could be wrong. I'm out of cherry bombs once again. Yeah, I'm not confident that that's actually true, but as far as I know, yeah. Game is hard, man. Okay, that's something that happens. We need to check the tape on that one. Because you should always hit your shot there, I'm pretty sure. I think that's probably a bug. Or it's probably something that can be abused though. Like, I'm guessing the way what's happening there is I'm turning and then firing on the first frame so that my character is not snapping into position. It's hard to explain. I'm dying right now because I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. But yeah, there's a snap to position that happens. Basically, you can only, you know, you can move any amount as long as you're just moving in one direction. But then whenever you turn the other, you know, to walk along the other axis, like if I'm moving vertically, I can move steadily, like one little step at a time. But then as soon as I turn, it's gonna snap me to either like on the grid or half between the grid tiles, you know? And so I'm guessing what's happening there is I'm not quite low enough. I'm in a situation where the game is going to snap me a little bit down, and I turn and then immediately fire to the right, and so my shot is still taking my position from before I snap. Or maybe it's just... No, yeah, it snaps. Yeah, it snaps you even when you just shoot. Like even. Oh, maybe it's like shooting before I turn or something. Because you can. Let's say I'm facing down. I press shoot and then I turn. Oh no, that shoots down. Yeah. Okay. No, you have to turn the direction you want to shoot before you shoot. Anyway, something weird is happening with that, and that's happened to me a few times. But it seems to happen, it seems to always be, maybe my theory's wrong, because it seems to always be when I'm aiming horizontally after walking down. It seems to always go over the enemies. So that makes me think maybe it's something weird with the hitboxes not being perfectly aligned or something, but if it were just that, it would happen more often. So it's like some crazy weird combination of jank. Yeah, the thing about 2-1, like, it makes sense that everyone died on 2-1, not just because the game is, like, not just because the second loop is so much harder, but also because 1-7 is so hard that you're almost certainly, unless you specifically are practicing for the second loop, you're almost certainly getting an instant grave. You're almost certainly getting an instant grave on 2-1 as a result of barely squeezing through 1-7, you know? So that makes it even less likely that anyone's just gonna luck their way through, and of course you're nervous, you know, getting your first 1-all. So many reasons. For many reasons, it's very, it makes sense that no one has done that as far as I'm aware. I hate these blue guys, man. Do I go this way here? I feel like some of those blue guys could have stepped right and screwed me over there. I was worried that the music was gonna bother me, but not bothering me at all. It's pretty, I mean, it is, you know, the music is well designed. Oh, I thought I had time to walk to iframe through that, actually. Music is well designed to not interfere with the, and the, you know, the one sound effect that you really need to listen out for is well designed to stand out from the music. And just stand out from anything. It's like the most annoying sound effect ever. Just wait till we get to the, oops, wait till we get to the 2-5 practice. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Because 2-5 is just all blue guys. It's so horrible. level is so brutal. How are you not dead? Basically, I plan to use 2 bombs here, and if I pressed the bomb button there, but I guess slightly too late. I plan to use 2 bombs here, and if I use less than that, it's just like nice little lucky break. But usually I'm going to have to use 2 bombs. And one of them is when crossing down or up, basically crossing the level vertically, and then the other one is like rushing to the exit at the end. So that's more or less like that, but it varies a lot depending on the spawn and everything. Lucked out on that one. I wasn't sure if that was safe. Oh yeah, I actually want to do something different. I changed my mind. Actually, I think I was doing this correctly when I got my 2-all, but then I started doing it wrong. When I spawn on the bottom here, what I need to do is cross over before stepping up to this turret's kind of level. Quite sure what to do about that guy. Okay, that's super lucky. Any token disappearing plays the obnoxious alarm / jingle. Yeah, the worst thing is like the areas are so big in Sectorian, you can't just dash freely, right? So usually, or at least often, by the time you hear it, it's already too late. So it's just like an annoying reminder that you have failed to notice that quickly enough. I think that should send him in a good direction. That's not the direction I expected. Okay. But yeah, the weird thing about practicing this level is you very often get instant ghosts at the beginning, which you should never get. Whoops, that was scary. You should never get an instant ghost. If in a real run, unless you mess up really bad on 2-4. I don't even know, man. But yeah, this is objectively more annoying. If I need to turn it down, let me know. It's objectively more annoying than the Sectori thing. I think that might have been fine, but I was worried about it. I got a really nice gold bomb movement there, but then it ran back away. And the enemies were in terrible spots. Basically, I'm not even disappointed if I spend 3 bombs and like 2 cherry bombs or something on this level. Like, that's just, if I can get through this, if I can get past this level at the event at all, I will be happy, honestly. Do you see how far this thing is going? I'm just I must have pressed the bomb on like the very first possible not working frame, man. It's horrible. I frame that. Dude. That's another tricky thing about this level, like, having to bomb so often feels bad, because then it's like, it makes me feel like if I bomb early, I need to... I just messed up. Makes me feel like I'm just... I need to go back to pausing while I talk, and then practicing. It makes me feel like if I bomb early, then I need to save the next bomb to make up for it, but I should really not be thinking of it like that. I should be thinking of it as, if I bomb early, that's just a lost bomb, and I still need to bomb 2 times, probably. Like that. Look at this minefield of grenades, man. It's the caramel. Are you confident about that? Because people have called it like 4 different things, not counting me calling them gold bombs. Am I alive right now? I didn't know if that was gonna hit me or not. I wanted to find out. That seems like a really lucky arrangement of enemies here. It's very rare. Come on, man. Thought I had time. Very rare for me to get through that first crossing without having to use a bomb. Alright, locking in. Here also I'm always tempted to leave that right gold bomb behind and just go ahead and cross. But I seem to always die when I do that. I couldn't even tell what was going on there. Yeah, but the character's an apple. The character is an apple. Brother. Oh! I think I might have just realized something like really important. No, not true. I thought there was something about the snapping where like if it snaps you into a position where you're vulnerable, if you press bomb and that snaps you into a position where you're vulnerable, then you would take a hit even if, because I'm having some cases more and more often now where it seems like I'm hitting the bomb button in time and apparently I'm not. Think I have time for this? Nope. Two of them stepped up in different columns, or in different columns. The worst possible thing that can happen. Thought I could get away with it. That's a fine time to bomb, I don't care about that. That's a not so nice time to bomb. I think I want to try to do that. Wasn't good enough. Is this the Hall of Hell? This is the Hall of Hell. Okay, I keep doing the wrong thing. I need to not go up right here. Okay, I need to pick this up and then cross all the way over here. Every time. There's never a good enough reason to... Well, maybe not never, actually. Yeah, I need to keep grinding this until I get that into my head. Because then a bomb there gives me so much more time before they're all respawning on me. It gives me so much more time to get through to the top half of the screen. That was a really bad time to try to cherry bomb because it forced me to use a real bomb as well. I hate this. Sometimes the levels just, like this level just especially. This level especially just feels doomed from the start. But I need to do better just committing a bomb in those situations. I have to wait so much right now. Please. That's one of my favorite parts of the game is the just that extra bit of RNG on the I feel like I have to bomb here. That sucks. That extra bit of RNG on the gold bombs running away from you. It's just so insane that he would add that on top of everything else. It's just completely insane. Deranged game design. Always cross over. I almost did the bad thing again. See, if I can delay the bomb that long, that's really, really good. This guy stepping up. This is so cursed. It's asking me any questions, man. I thought we were going to be talking. I did not see that grenade because there were 200 blue guys on top of it. I thought we were going to be talking about... honestly, I thought we were going to be talking about aesthetic deception for 2 hours. It's really convenient, but still ended up having to bomb. Got really nicely. That did not work out very nicely. Okay, do not step up there. Do not step up. I'm not sure if I should use a cherry bomb there. See, I think that was good. Because you can't really stop and fire. In that situation, you kind of just... That's a bomb, because that green guy was blocking the blue guy. If I could have trusted that I could react to the turret in time there, I could have saved that bomb. But I didn't trust myself. Matthew Matosis would hate Sylvie Lime. Wait, what's the deception in Sylvie Lime? I mean, he would hate it because of context sensitivity, maybe. Or I'm actually struggling to think of examples in that game. It's been a while since I played it. You don't think you understand my later clarification about ludo-aesthetic dissonance being something distinct from aesthetic deception? Well, I think... Well, think about the case of, like, the invisible question mark block in Mario. Like, that's aesthetic deception, right? Because it is it is invisible. When you're thinking about it as aesthetic deception, I feel like it makes sense to put that in that same category, right? It's two different things that I think this is kind of the core of what Matthew cares about. Two different things that look the same but are different for gameplay, right? So a normal empty foreground tile has a certain gameplay implication in Mario, but also an invisible block which looks exactly the same until you hit it has a completely different gameplay implication, right? And so that I think what he's saying in the video is that counts as aesthetic deception for that reason. However, to me, that is not an example of ludo-aesthetic dissonance, because when I'm thinking about Ludo, I'm thinking about the game systems, right? And then the aesthetics is what it looks like, right? And some kind of dissonance would be something that clashes between the gameplay systems, something that's incoherent or something like that. There's some kind of clash between the gameplay systems and how it looks. But if the gameplay system is that these blocks can be invisible, there's no clash between, like, there is no clash in my mind. There's no dissonance between the visual of there's nothing there until you hit it and the gameplay system of there can be blocks that are invisible. Like, that's a gameplay rule. Like, that's a rule. There can be blocks that are invisible sometimes. Like, I don't know. You could certainly talk through that a different way, but I think that is the best way to capture how the words read to me, right? My interpretation of ludo-aesthetic dissonance doesn't. It's at least a questionable case whether something like the question mark block would fit under that or not. Any deceptions are rules. I think that a case like the Uncharted example, or even here's another example. This is a very minor spoiler for Resident Evil Requiem, very, very minor. But you get to a point in Resident Evil Requiem where you can shoot this glass, right? You're on a building that's sideways, and you can shoot out the glass windows that you're standing on top of. And that's used for gameplay, right? It's Ludo aesthetic dissonance that you can't do that everywhere else in the game. Okay? It's they make it obvious when you get to that point that you can do that, right? they make it very obvious. So I'm not saying that this is like a problem with the game design really, but it is kind of ugly in a design sense in terms of the overall construction of this work. If you're trying to judge Resident Evil Requiem as an overall work of art, it's kind of ugly that you've seen a million windows on other buildings throughout the rest of the game, and why were all those windows not breakable? Like if you shoot those windows, nothing happens, right? Like that to me is a clear example of Ludo aesthetic dissonance, whereas it's just like an empty tile being a question block, only sometimes. Is that true? Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, actually. It's all about the framing as the thing, like... and it's also all about, like... I guess that's part of the framing, is, like, how you actually engage with this game. Like in Mario, you learn at some point that there's invisible blocks, and then you just... First of all, you don't get harshly punished for that the first time that you encounter that, whereas in some games, whatever. I don't know. It's complicated, but yeah, I do think that's a good point. I don't know. I my gut tells me that there is some distinction that I'm failing to come up with right now, but you might be right. You might be right that there's... My main point though is that it does imply something very different, right? the deception framing, aesthetic deception versus Ludo aesthetic dissonance. It to me, I think of, and maybe this is just because I think of aesthetics as being part of gameplay, but like, yeah. Here's the distinction that I care about, which makes it very messy, but I think it's important. It's just that Ludo is actually not just the game systems, right? Like Ludo is pointing to gameplay as a whole. The word Ludo, or the prefix Ludo. So, you know, it matters for the gameplay that it's invisible, right? It's part of the gameplay that it's invisible. Whereas, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just don't like this framing at all. Because if I think about the Uncharted example, which to me is like the clearest example that he gives of the thing that I actually care about, right? The example of Uncharted, Nathan Drake is like squeezing himself, back against the wall, like pushing himself up against the wall because he clearly does not want to fall off this cliff. But then in the gameplay, you can't actually fall off the cliff at all. Like, is that actually clashing with the gameplay? I think it might just be a case of the gameplay clashing with the narrative, actually. I think it is just another case of just a different type of Ludo narrative dissonance in that example. I don't know. I really don't know. Because in the gameplay you could frame it as this is just stupid gameplay where you hold a direction and the game tries to make you feel that way, and it's just bad. It just doesn't work because it's obviously fake. Like, yeah, I don't know how you make a clear framework that excludes that Uncharted example, or a framework that makes that Uncharted example framework that considers that Uncharted example as Ludo aesthetic dissonance or aesthetic deception or something like that, but also allows for things like the MGS2 flag and bomb example, or like Jeff Minter games where like the visuals are intentionally obscuring your view, and the gameplay, the core of the gameplay is actually, the interesting part of the gameplay is filtering that stuff out and figuring out how to see the things that you need to see. Like that is the whole game in a Jeff Minter game almost. And in that MGS2 example he gives with the flag, like that is the whole bit of gameplay there. Like it's just a tiny bit of gameplay, but that is the gameplay, is that it's obscuring the bomb. So yeah, maybe I don't know. I'll have to think about it, because yeah, I actually do want to comment on it at more length. I'll just restart this one, but I haven't thought it all the way through. An execution error that made me get stuck there. It's a huge mess. It's just not. I thought I could get away, man. Yeah, it's just not safe to start a cherry bomb when the... I guess that's a case where I can go up just to shoot that turret and then immediately pop back down. Whoops. Doing dissonance poorly versus using it well. The thing is, it just doesn't feel like dissonance to me at all. In the case of Mario Maker, it's like, it's only dissonance if you think about it in a very shallow way. Like if you think about it in a deep enough way, it's not dissonance. Like it's just not dissonance when the crazy psychedelic effects obscure your vision of the bullets in Space Giraffe. Like that's just not, it's just not dissonance. It's just, it is the core of the game. The core of the game is that, and there's no dissonance at all. So, whereas if you think of it as aesthetic deception, yeah, you could think of it as aesthetic deception used well, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm coming around on his framing, and like, I don't like how negative it is, right? I don't like how negative his framing is, but maybe you could think of it as aesthetic deception used well, because you know, it's good for games to deceive the player. I think you have to admit that games, no matter what your take on this is as a whole, like you have to admit that games should be deceiving the player sometimes. Like it's not good to just give you perfect information, and that's my main complaint about the video, is that he makes it seem like games should just always give me perfect information, which I don't think is true at all. Yeah, maybe it's fine. Maybe other than like the tone, the actual arguments maybe are mostly okay with me. If you just think of it as something that can be used, you know, if you just think of aesthetic deception as something that can be used well or not. I mean, what is this, man? And that's horrible because it went all the way back there. Okay, they got out of my way, so that's nice. I used the iframes there just to see which way the turret was turning. I don't know if I can explain what I mean by that, but it's a pretty neat thing if you do understand. Just so many neat little tricks you can do in this game. But yeah, I mean, he frames that MGS2 example as a deception, and it is a deception in a way. But yeah, my problem is like in a lot of these examples, it's like only a deception if you think about it in a certain limited way, right? Like in the same way that like, whoops. In the same way that like playing the witness, like you might think that there's some kind of dissonance or like clash, like you might think of the witness as ludonarrative dissonance because you are like thinking about the designer's point of view, right? Like it hopes for you to think about the designer's perspective in designing these puzzles and use that to get through the puzzles in a more enjoyable and often interesting way. And that might seem like some kind of clash or dissonance from some kind of perspective until you realize that there is an in-universe puzzle designer, right? Like the whole narrative framing of the game is that there is an in-universe puzzle designer, and you were supposed to be thinking about that designer, right? I don't know. That's probably not the clearest analogy I could give, but there's just all kinds of things like that in games. Things that clash from a certain perspective, but from a more holistic, more all-encompassing kind of viewpoint, there's no clash at all. And Jesus. Yeah, it's just a little bit frustrating when someone like frames it as such a negative thing when like in a lot of cases I was curious if I could get through that in time. There's no chance. When in a lot of cases it actually is a good thing in the end, which he acknowledges that in the video, but the fact that his tone in the video was like so negative overall, just didn't love that. Can I? Yeah. Yeah. And that's part of why I liked the dissonance framing better at first, but yeah, I'm not actually sure if that's saying anything in the end. Now that I think about it a little bit more. And I believe I got away with that. Man, there's just cases where it doesn't let me bomb, even though I clearly pressed the bomb button with a lot of time to spare. I need to just ask Boghog about that. I just do not get it. Why that... This is bad, I need to bomb. It sounds like John's, right? It sounds like I'm making excuses, but like... I swear to God. Just the bomb button just does not work sometimes. Who are we talking? We're talking about the new Matthew Matosis video, which is at the very least good conversation starter, apparently. But people have very mixed opinions. Hate this. Hate this grenade as well. Some games use dissonance for story, like Shadow of the Colossus or Last of Us 2, yeah, and I don't love it in Last of Us 2, but yeah, I think you would call that ludonarrative dissonance, but I guess it is also ludo-aesthetic dissonance if you want to call it that. But yeah, I think it's not a great. I don't think it's a necessary term. I was trying to make a distinction that seemed important, but like, I think stuff like the Nathan Drake Uncharted on a Cliff example, or like Shadow of the Colossus, you could say that there's ludo-aesthetic dissonance there in addition to the ludo-narrative dissonance, but like, do you need to say that? Like, I think it's just ludo-narrative dissonance. I think it's just the aesthetics conveying narrative. Like, narrative is not just like, you know, the words. It's not just the writing. Like, narrative is conveyed through visuals as well, so. And audio and everything, so. Yeah, I don't know if there's a need for an additional term like I was saying. See if I can get out with a... Nope. I just doomed myself, man! Okay, never mind, I got out. This game is so wild. Didn't know if that was gonna hit him or not. I thought another enemy might have body blocked. Okay, I think I'm gonna move on. Don't think I need to practice 2-6. Unfortunate, it took too long and now these ghosts are on me. I think I'm just gonna do a weird route, I guess. Normally I'd want to go in the middle there. Okay, see, I pressed the bomb button twice there, and it actually didn't do anything. Like, way before I died, I pressed the bomb button twice. Like, I've tried to replicate this and failed. I think I want to leave that one for last. I'm doing a bunch of weird routes right now. Bomb there. Can I get out here? Yes. What am I doing? I think I have to wait for this guy and iframe through him. Bomb there. Shouldn't have taken on that pair of blue guys like that. With red guys chasing me actively. I shouldn't go this way, actually. Let me turn around. Awkward. I can't do anything. I'm bombing my way out, man. No shame. This is honestly one of my favorite, like, arcade-style games ever, man. I think it's so good. It's really hard. It's, like, brutally hard from the very beginning. It's not this hard from the very beginning, though. This is the second loop, which is a lot faster. What am I doing? Give me the... I am once again bombing my way out with no shame. I'm not even getting out. Yeah, that bombing out of that left corner is not ideal, because it's not at all guaranteed that you're going to be able to get to the exit after that. Had to bomb there. I was worried about the turret. That's why I bombed there. It's actually inspired by stuff like Elevator Action and Rolling Bird and that whole lineage between those two games. It was originally apparently going to have like a second floor like those games, and then turned out to be not necessary or helpful, I guess. I think it was gonna have a second floor that enemies spawned from, maybe? How many attempts do I get for Shmup Slam? I have a 35-minute window to spam attempts in. It's convenient that they stacked right there. Don't love this. Not sure how to get in there. Man, I didn't have time. Whoops. Didn't have time to cherry bomb the middle like I wanted to. No, the green guy blocked my shots. That's a grenade. This is so horrible. Absolute routing disaster. Now the ghosts are on me. Yeah. Could have gotten out of that if I were better. Someone actually just recommended Vivid Lope. Based on watching this. And it's been on my wish list, apparently. I forgot that until I checked when someone else recommended it. Gotta take a break for a second. My brain starts melting after grinding this for too long. Excellent question. At the end of the day, who do you think you are as a whole? Do you think one can grasp itself by nature? Or nature grasps itself into what can be which in what it is? Wait, what? What can be which in what it is? Not sure I understand that one syntactically. But yeah, I highly recommend this game, Musashi. It's I mean, it's free. Go download it right now. Wanted to see someone clear Sectori Revolution at Shmup Slam, but alas, dude, you gotta do Revolution Classic mode or whatever it's called, arcade mode. Arcade mode, yeah. Our classic is a different thing. Revolution arcade mode is the only thing that Mark would accept. I don't. Why does he not like the game, man? Like, it's like he just saw the. It's like he saw the pick 3 and it instantly activated the roguelite brain poison that makes him hate anything that has anything related to roguelites in it. Which, like, I kind of get it. I understand that all roguelites are bad. That's an exaggeration even, but I understand that roguelites are almost always bad. And I understand that the pick 3 thing is kind of a lazy design decision, at least in the vast majority of cases. I get all of that, but like Sectori is just not about that at all. Like, there's a really good game there and he seemed to just miss it entirely and ramble about the pick 3 instead. Pick 1 of 3, whatever. Do I try to answer the Buddha question for real? At the end of the day, who do you think you are as a whole? I think I'm actually Buddhist on this. I think I am nothing at the end of the day, and I am a lot. I can be whatever in various situations. I am both emptiness and form. Okay, everything is contextual, and I am constantly becoming a different person. I think that's a good enough answer for a not a philosopher like myself. Okay, it's really good if this guy comes all the way over to the right like that blue guy. Do I have time to get past this guy? Yes. Because now that blue guy is going to be in the middle, and I'm going to hopefully be able to do this, except I have no idea what's going on now. Don't know. I don't know, man. You are God, but also nothing. Exactly. Exactly. I don't like this at all. Okay. Have to do that, because then I have to stop and kill the turret. Scary. I just have to bomb. Sometimes it's just better to go ahead and bomb instead of wasting all this time waiting around hoping that something is going to change and you'll be able to get through without a bomb, because the more time you wait, the more likely it becomes that you're going to need more than one bomb before the end of the level, because there's just so many enemies spawning. This is a really nice route when I can do this. It's very convenient. Man, that would be such a good setup going into... If I can get the grave down like that and not have an instant grave going into 3-1, you know what? I'm just praying that I can even get to the end of the second loop in this friggin' showcase. This game is so volatile, like... I was trying to look at too many things at once. Game is so volatile, who knows what I'm gonna be able to actually accomplish. Good turret timing. Didn't really know how to think about that situation. It was such a weird... I probably have seen it like once before, but I rarely see the that last bomb like run away from me into the middle like that. Ooh, this third ghost. Yeah, I could, between that grenade and the two different groups of ghosts, I could not figure out how to save that. I don't know. I don't know, man. Get me out of here. Is this supposed to be like a beta or a fully complete game? So it was supposed to be like a quick, you know, let's just throw this out there and see how people like it or whatever, I guess. I don't know, it was like a 3-week project or something. And yeah, I mean, it's titled Micro because he plans to do a macro version at some point in the future. He has like 2 other games that he's more actively working on right now, but at some point in the future, he said he'd like to do a macro version. But from what I heard, the macro version that he has planned has some pretty serious changes, so that I think this is kind of gonna, based on what I've heard, I expect this to stand kind of as its own thing. But yeah, he said he's planning like co-op with rollback, like online co-op with rollback, and like something about like your character is gonna move really, like move faster as the run goes on, and you're eventually gonna move so fast that there's like crazy execution to just like walking where you want to walk. Like, I don't know, man. It sounded pretty wild. It sounded really different from this game, so. Dude, I have to bomb my way out of this. It's unfortunate. This is so horrible. This is just a complete... I don't know how to begin to route that. It's just vertical slice demo. I mean, kind of. Kind of. But it also feels like a complete game to me. Like I said, this is already like one of my favorite arcadey games ever. I think, yeah. But I do have a much higher tolerance for games without a lot of the trappings, if you will. You know, a game that's well designed is good enough in my book. I don't need to need a bunch of fancy art or rollback netcode or whatever the fuck. I get away here? Smooth with it. So smooth with it right there. That was crazy. I did get the instant grave though. Please hit the new ghost. Oh, it halfway hit the new ghost. I've never seen that. I've literally never seen that. That's very interesting. I think that's what happened. The ghost was not alive when the pushback started, and then it wasn't spawned yet, and then it was, and so it got partially pushed back. That's crazy. Really hate everything about this. Okay. Total runtime? Like, not total playtime, like total runtime. Total runtime is like 7.5 minutes or something, maybe? I can't exactly remember. Total playtime would be like 40 hours, probably. I just completely forgot about that ghost. Kinda worried about this situation with this ghost, okay. You have to bomb again here, maybe? Yeah! I thought that my shot was gonna hit him. Oh. Damn, I thought I could sneak through there. Can't be dying and stuff like that, man. Unless I'm out of bombs, then I can. Then I can be dying to stuff like that. Terrible. Look at this goofy route. Okay, let's just cut back through the top. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, I can fail for 28 minutes. See, okay, that was another case where I actually pressed the bomb button. I didn't need to in that case, but I pressed the bomb button and it didn't go off. I just don't understand. At first when I was playing the game and that happened to me, I thought it was like doing a rolling bird thing where like you can't do certain things during certain other things, right? And it's supposed to be part of the challenge. I forget what it is exactly in that game. You can't... Oh, I didn't move down enough there, whoops. You can't shoot out of a jump? We can't... I can't remember. But yeah, maybe it's supposed to be something like that and I just don't understand what it is. Does this game have controller support? Literally have no idea. I can find out if it works with my controller right now. It does not work with my controller. I want to make a 3D arena fighting game like Power Stone. I actually don't know what that is, but with the emergent depth of Guilty Gear Accent Core. Well, let's look up Stone. Power Stone anime? Dreamcast long play Power Stone? Oh, that's crazy. I feel like I've never seen a game like this, actually. I'm trying to think of another game like that. I can't think of a single other game like this. I guess, I mean, if you stretch the definition, then you've got stuff like, this is a really stupid example, but like Star Fox Assault multiplayer. And I guess just like deathmatch in general, like Call of Duty, whatever, like Halo deathmatch and stuff. But yeah, obviously this is different, being more of like a fighting game style. It's like there's like multiplayer Spike Out or something. How's it going, Aloe? Fighting games are like my least, the genre that I'm least familiar with, by far. I feel like I am vaguely planning to get into fighting games in earnest. I mean, I've played, I played fighting games when I was a kid, but as far as like not just goofing around. I mean, I don't know. I guess I appreciated like Melee as a kid. Just like I didn't know the tech and stuff. But you can still appreciate what's good about fighting games at a basic level as a kid. But yeah, definitely need to get into them in earnest as an adult. What's held me off is like I don't like that at high level it devolves into so much practice grind. I know that you can get very far without very much practice grind. I know that, but I still don't like that such a large element of being good at those games at a very high level is you know, being able to hit a bunch of different combos and just the execution layer. It feels the same to me as like trying to get really good at Scrabble. Like I love Scrabble. I think Scrabble is a super underappreciated game, and I like watching high level Scrabble, especially like with commentary. There's this one channel on YouTube, I think his name's Will Anderson, who makes really good videos about high level Scrabble games and the type of crazy thinking that they get into. And I love that, but I would never get good at that game, right? Because you just have to memorize the dictionary. You really can't get very far without practice grind, but I don't actually care. The thing is, at the end of the day, I don't care that much about getting very far. Like I want to, and also like some amount of practice grind is okay. Like it's a spectrum, right? Like I don't actually care about being top level competitive at fighting games. So I don't care that that there's a lot of grind if you get to that level, right? I just want to get to like a level where the game is really fun, and yeah, I think you can do that with minimal practice grind. Not just really fun, but like, you know, uniquely fun. Like fun in a way that other games are not. I'm probably just gonna, you know, maybe serious fighting game heads will object to this, but I'm probably just gonna start with Melee since I'm already pretty familiar with it. Try to get into Melee maybe like later this year or something. Power Stone 2 is some of the most fun I've ever had in a 4-player versus mode back in the day. Yeah. It seems pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm interested in Virtua Fighter and DOA. I mean, the Coomer appeal of DOA turns me off. It's trying to turn me on, and thus it turns me off. So more so interested in Virtua Fighter. It feels to me like all of those 3D fighters are like, you know, almost interchangeable. I don't know. I'm sure I'll feel differently. I don't know. DOA probably has more like abilities and stuff, whereas Virtua Fighter is very minimal, like about the spacing and hitboxes and all that. Yeah, I've played Guilty Gear Xrd or whatever a little bit, like maybe 10 or 15 hours, and I thought it was really cool, and I'd like to play more of that as well. But we'll probably start with Melee because it has such an active community as well. Like I can find people that I know to play Melee with for sure, whereas I'm not sure about any Guilty Gear. I have heard that XX plus R or whatever is better than Xrd, so I would probably play that one over Xrd, but yeah, starting with Melee, I think. Sifu fighting game? Is that a thing? Okay. I think in this case I go down. Oops. I don't like this at all. Okay. Thought maybe the ghost was going to be on me. Okay, that was a really awkward route, but it worked out surprisingly well. Until I realized that those ghosts were in my way. That was incredible, actually. I just killed like 4 blue guys. N plus infinity times 2. I mean, that's going to be like a 2D fighter, right? I don't actually know. I haven't. Has it been described in detail what exactly all the modes in that game are going to be like? Because I know it's big on like multiplayer. That could be really cool. Like, dude, Towerfall is such a good game. This is just so simple but so good. I've had so much fun playing this game. I feel like even in 2D, like there's just so much potential just lying all over the floor for game designers to pick up for like these kind of, honestly, this is the case with multiplayer games in general. Like multiplayer video games in general, I feel like there's just so much potential that is just, you know, there for the taking for anyone who wants it. Because, you know, most of the multiplayer games that get made nowadays are, you know, most indies that are able to experiment and do interesting things with game design, they're gonna make single player games because they can't make online multiplayer. Like it's just too much of a, it would require too much time or experience to program that they just don't have. To program like good rollback netcode and all that, right? You know, you get stuff like Killer Queen Black, you get stuff like Spy Party, but that's like, you get stuff like Towerfall Ascension, but like, you know, this is local multiplayer. Like back when this game came out, like the early 2010s, local multiplayer was still like a little bit more alive than it is now. Whereas like in 2020, I think Dunk Lords came out and was an amazing game and no one gave a shit because it was only local multiplayer. But I don't know what my point is right now. My point is there's so much free real estate in multiplayer game design. Not just competitive, but also co-op. The thing about co-op is like, I think it's even worse off because there's so much more you can do with a design if you allow it to get really hard. And designers don't want co-op games to be really hard because they want to sell more than 2 copies. And if you want to sell more than 2 copies with a co-op game, you have to design it so that your girlfriend can play it with you. So that's one reason I'm looking forward to Caramel Action Macro, actually, because I'm sure that Bog Hog will not go easy on the difficulty. So it'll be interesting to play something co-op multiplayer with extreme difficulty. Kind of like Resident Evil 5 has this as well. Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries mode has 2-player co-op that's crazy hard. But yeah, this game's awesome. Arms. I never really looked deep into that. The orchard is definitely vast. Orchard's definitely vast. UA is more accessible, not casual. Just because it leans more into simplicity and easier inputs doesn't mean it's not serious. Yeah, I mean, I know serious fighting game people like DOA. Has a triangle system where strikes beat throws, holds beat throws, and throws beat holds. I don't know if I read that right, but you know what I mean. Virtua Fighter is more technical. Okay. That's more or less what I was thinking. Implementing rollback for 3D games can cost like that much money. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah, supposedly Bog Hog is gonna do. Maybe, I don't know if he's confirmed this or just thinking about it or what, but he's like wanting to do co-op for Caramel Action Macro with rollback online. Okay, what else? Maybe we need to go back and practice like 2-1 again. I don't know, I feel like 2-1 was going okay. What was going badly? 2-4? 2-4 was going surprisingly badly. I can just route around. I was worried about the blue guy below me, and I should have been more worried about the blue guy behind me. I think there was a way to balance those worries and not die. but I failed. I think I want to go ahead. This seems like a terrible idea, yeah. It was a terrible idea. Totally unnecessary. Extra bomb there, and now I'm in a bad situation where I'm gonna have to probably bomb again to get out of here. Or just die. Come on, man, I'm making some really stupid routing decisions. I played a bit of Samurai Gun. I'm not sure that I like it as much, or nearly as much as Towerfall, but there could be some real special stuff that I just haven't gotten good enough to experience, or haven't gotten even like familiar enough with all the characters and everything. People also hyped up, what's it called? Nidhogg? People hyped up Nidhogg like crazy for years. I did not see the vision when I played Nidhogg for a little bit. I did not see the vision. There's some point at which it's like too simplified, and that guy did not step right for 100 hours. Yeah. Great. Probably have to bomb. This game moves so fast that like by the time I finish saying the words probably have to bomb, I have already finished bombing. I guess I'll just go back to the middle for that one. Hopefully I won't drift to the left too much. This is just... What is going on, man? Yeah, Nidhogg doesn't have the skill ceiling to last. Seems that way to me. Oh yeah, Lethal League. Yeah, I think I bought that and like played the tutorial and then never found anybody to play with or something, or I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm hoping that I can just get excited about fighting games, and then I'll be willing to put in some effort to like organize some games, organize some matches in my Discord and things like that. You can break Nidhogg's design by mashing. Full of hacks now. Well, you can probably still play with people you know and have fun, but yeah. At least it's not offline like Killer Queen Black. Rest in peace. At least I think it's offline. I hate everything about this right now. Still hate everything about this. Yeah, I should have just bombed again. I'm not gonna go that far. Look, they tried. How's it going? How's it going, Sam? I need to lock in on this practice. They tried, but yeah, they made some bad decisions for sure. I was hoping that would hit both of them. That's fine. Yeah, that kind of did happen, but I don't know how. I don't know how much of an effect that actually had. Like, I don't know if that's actually what killed it. I think it just kind of was struggling from the start. I don't know if that was the right call. I probably should have gone up. Panic. Didn't think he was going to move that way. Trying to figure out a way to not bomb there. I had like 3 seconds to think about it and I could not come up with a solution. That was not going to kill all of them for some reason. Sometimes when there's like 4 of them stacked in a row, it just inexplicably does not multi-hit. Mid-hog, yeah. Sketchy. A lot sketchier than it should have been for that moment, which is normally not a problem at all. I pressed the bomb, but it was at the wrong time during my shot, I guess. Should I just mash? Should I just try to get in the habit of mashing the bomb button to try to get around whatever issue that is that makes the bomb not go off inexplicably sometimes? Get out down. They blatantly lied in ads. I think that is true, actually. They said the black team thing concept was coming. Yeah. Would I say this game preys on when and where you direct your attention more than any other arcade-style game? Maybe. It is just a lot of enemies, right? It's like it's way too many enemies to actually track all of them, you know? So yeah, a big part of the game is definitely about filtering what you pay attention to down to just the things that matter at any given time and kind of fluidly managing that, right? So that you're constantly bringing things in and out of your attention and looking over here and looking over there, and when the situation changes, which it changes like multiple times per second because this game moves super fast, you have to be able to switch what you're paying attention to. But I do feel like that's kind of, I guess that's something that like more static arcade games have more at the beginning, you know, when you don't have things memorized yet, right? Like when you don't know what's coming yet. Or at least when you're kind of in that in-between period, when you don't quite know everything yet, when you're still kind of learning them. They have that element a little bit more, and the more you get really good at you know, like a shmup, like a cave shmup or something, the less you have to think about, well, I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm thinking about like when you have bullets just all over the screen in a cave shmup and it's like multiple patterns overlapping. In a case like that, there is a big attention management element going on, but also you can filter certain things out just because you know what the pattern is shaped, what the different patterns are shaped like, and it's usually like one kind of random pattern that's overlapping with a static pattern that you can kind of automatically know where to go. Yeah, automatically know where to go within one pattern, and then you have to find the gaps within the other pattern inside of that one, you know? But yeah, that's a relatively small part of the game. Part of like Dodonpachi or whatever. There's a lot of Dodonpachi where you're not having to do that much at all. Once you've gotten good. And then stuff like, you know, Catherine Babel Mode, or, you know, Puyo Puyo. In theory, because that's more random, like you would have to be managing your attention. In theory, those games would be stretching your attention a lot more like this, but those games have a lot fewer like moving parts at any given time. Like you don't have 10 enemies running around the screen in Puyo Puyo. And like in Catherine, you have like a controllable character, and most of the screen is just not changing all the time. So yeah, this is more like Rolling Bird, you know, where it's super random and the design is such that there are a lot of elements on the screen all the time that matter. Which I think that combo is what makes it very much about attention management. Oh, scary. What game is this? It is Caramel Action Micro. You can get it for free. So you feel with Hyper Bun Buster, a lot of the challenges knowing where to focus. Nice. Yeah, I am expecting to like that game a lot. Or at least looking forward to trying it. The macro version will have other enemy types. Yeah, you can imagine like every level has a different like set of enemies or something. There's all kinds of stuff that could happen in the macro version, who knows? I hate that there are 3 blue guys here. Dude. I think I want to go this way. Okay, I was afraid that grenade would kill me. Thanks Musashi. Glad that you appreciate. Damn, did not see that guy. I don't know what I'm doing here. Cannot believe I got away with that. Sometimes you just gotta send it. Sometimes you can just walk all the way to the exit, but you have to commit. Feels scary. Okay, this ghost is gonna be annoying. I will probably do some full runs. Maybe I should do a full run right now. Kind of thought I was dead there, to be honest. Maybe I should do 35 minutes of full run attempts and see where we get to. Is there a grenade on me? I can't tell. It's kind of paranoid about that. No idea how I survived that one. This is gonna be tough to get into the middle. I thought I was one half tile higher than I was. I noticed when he tried to shoot at me and I pressed the bomb button, but it was too late. I was like mid-throw, so I couldn't, Yeesh, dude. Dude, I don't even know. Panic. I have panic again, I didn't see that guy. Dude! The bomb ran away so far. Would I ever consider making a game, and if so, what genre / design elements would I like to do or reinvent? I mean, I've made some small, like, you know, prototypes / games. Just a few over the years, but nothing super serious. I don't know, I feel like I could come up with ideas for like any genre. One of the things relevant to the current discourse that Matthew Matosa started, I have thought a lot about designing a game that's about obfuscation, about the graphics making it hard to tell what's going on, similar to like Jeff Minter's games, if you know what those are. Basically, like the design would be something along the lines of like, the thing you actually have to do is extremely simple. And what is this? And the challenge is all about learning how to parse what is on the screen. I just feel like that's... I haven't thought about it in much detail, but I feel like that's just... I have no idea what I died to be honest. I feel like that's just free real estate, like I was saying. Because I think it's super interesting in Jeff Minter's games, but I also have like major complaints about those games, like the structure of them and stuff. So that I feel like if you just did that same kind of thing, but in a structure that I like, it would potentially be a really great game, by my taste at least. Stuff like Space Giraffe and Moose Life and Tempest 4000. That's what I'm talking about. It's just like crazy, like psychedelic chaos on the screen that combined with like just a really straightforward arcade game, so that the difficulty is all about just telling what's going on. I mean, you can think of this as also... tried to walk to the right and I execution errored. You can think of this as kind of the same thing as like those crazy rhythm game charts, custom charts that have like the notes like spinning around and flying all over the place and crazy explosions all over the screen. Hello, Moist. Name change? Name change from Moist Goulash or whatever, whichever one you are. Do people get mad that they have to say your name? Because people are like grossed out by the word moist, apparently. I made a bad decision there. Okay, can't believe I just could manage to pop in and out like that. Okay, I'm gonna chill for a second and then I'm gonna do 35 minutes of real attempts and see how far I can get. Is this game more puzzle or action, or is it kind of 50-50? So I don't like the designation puzzle action or like arcade puzzle games, or sometimes people just say puzzle games, right? For stuff like Tetris, you know, falling block games and the like. I don't like using the word puzzle at all for that, really, because it's just so different from what I think of as a real puzzle game, where you have discrete levels that are puzzles that are designed to be to have a specific like solution, right? You know, stuff like The Witness, Steven Sausage Roll, even like Portal, you know, would be a casual example, or Baba Is You, you know? That to me is a puzzle game, and so I don't like people calling arcade games puzzle games. But it is basically what you would get if you took like a repeatable puzzle like a Sudoku or something, but like put it in real time and sped it up. It's like speed chess, right? It's like ultra speed chess. It's situations that do have better and worse decisions to make, but you have to make those decisions super fast to the point where there is also like an execution element as well and stuff like that. So I understand why people think of them that way, but to me, it's just an action game. To me, it's just an action. You could say an action strategy game. You could say RTS if you want to be provocative. You know, it's a real time strategy game. That is what it is. But yeah, to me, it's I say like I just say for Tetris, I say like abstract action game, or for this, I mean, it's in the run and gun tradition, right? It's kind of weird for a top down game to be a run and gun, I guess, but I wouldn't object if you called this a run and gun. Really, we should just have a different designation for super random chaotic arcade games where you have to read actually what's happening on the screen rather than mostly being carried by memorization. We should have a different designation for that. But apparently people are weirded out not by the meaning of moist, but by like just how the word sounds. Like I don't know. I've never understood. Okay. 35 minutes to get a 2-all. Say good luck. I'm gonna need it. Okay, it's 2:13, so we're going till 40. Wait, 40. Yeah, 48. Wait, that doesn't seem right. Yeah, it is 48. I'm bad at math. Bad at arithmetic. Fuck a genre. So true. All the best games do not fit into genre labels, or at least are an awkward fit in some way, because that means they're doing something new, right? Like I don't want to play a game that's the same as some shit I already played. I should probably shoot in that scenario just to be ultra safe. I love how loop 1 just feels like a cakewalk by comparison. After I say that, I'm gonna die, of course, but, you know. Shouldn't read the chat. A little bit of a tricky situation there. It can still be very tricky, the first loop. But it's very rare that I actually have to bomb. Did not see that guy. I'm just gonna commit to using 2 cherry bombs here. I definitely did not need to in that situation, but come on, man. I was afraid. I hesitated for a second because I thought that ghost might spawn on me. This level especially can be awful, even on the first loop. I made a mistake, man! And once again I bombed, but it was at a bad moment. Unfortunate. I'm gonna start like psyching myself out and like trying to play in some weird way that feels less risky but isn't actually less risky. I need to like try to just be in the zone and not think. Execution issue? I think I want to go around the top. It's kind of awkward though. On this level, I didn't practice it because it's the easiest level, but you just want to get all the red guys in a row behind you, and then you just loop around until the level is solved. And then usually I clear them at the end like that. Scary. If this bomb comes... No. Not at all, in fact. That did not accomplish anything, huh? Try one more time, and then we're just gonna bomb. I think I can get this first, which is usually good if you can. Scary. I think I need to do that. Again, think I did a bomb here, fortunately. Oh, that's not gonna hit the left one, is it? Never mind. No! That's such a dumb mistake, man. I thought I had time. The stream has convinced you to go for the 2-all. Try the 1-all first. 1-all first. Nothing in Shmup Slam's rules against performance-enhancing drugs, yeah. That works on your controller? Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's more strategy than puzzle. Like, that's kind of the main distinction between strategy and puzzle, is that they're... That's not necessarily true, but it's one of the distinctions between strategy and puzzle, is that strategy is similar kind of thinking, but not just one specific solution or one specific trick. Puzzles are also like... This is probably not obvious unless you like play a lot of puzzle games or play a lot of like physical puzzles or pen and paper puzzles or whatever. But puzzles are... There's an implication that they're like teaching you something new. There's like a new thing for you to learn in the process of solving the puzzle, like a new kind of trick or something. Which is kind of why like once you play through a puzzle game once, it's kind of over. You can't like replay puzzle games, really. This is a terrible exit spawn. fine. On loop 2, that would have been a really obnoxious exit spawn. Work. Oh, I'm glad you got some use out of the tutorial. Thanks for saying that. Oh man. That was really close. Again, that stupid thing where my shot goes over their head. We're just gonna get through. Can't believe I reacted quickly enough to that. It's crazy. Annoying bomb movement? Good god. That's maybe a bad decision. Fine. Close on the ghost. Ah, that guy's stepping left. Crazy juke. Okay. Bomb count is looking horrible. Absolutely horrible. Try to bomb them out there. Nice. That was a really good. I really should have stepped right. I was thinking about stepping right out of that little tight space, but changed my mind at the last second, and it was not a good... not a good change. I mean, look. Even if this is as far as I get, right? Even if I can't make it past... whatever level this is, 2-2 at Shmup Slam, like, dog, this is farther than anyone else has gotten in the game, so you can't really complain, right? Surely no one can complain. If I had played that better and taken an execution, I could have taken an execution risk and damn, this is bad. And potentially gotten away with it. Okay, we were completely out of bombs. And we have an instant ghost on this level, so I think we're kind of doomed. Pretty lucky so far, though. Nope. Needed to think ahead there, because there was a blue guy, vertical and horizontal line. But yeah, like if that's the best I do at Shmup Slam, like I'm fine with that, honestly. 2-all would be sick, but I think better than anyone else has ever done at the game. Is also good. I don't know, for all I know, there's someone else who's done better, but you're at 122 now, nice. That's pretty good time. That's pretty much like how far I intended for that route to take people, I think. I mean, I don't know if you're still running my exact route. Did I use a cherry bomb? I think I guess I used a cherry bomb by accident, thinking it was just on autopilot as if it were the second loop. Execution error. Whoops. But yeah, the route that I used in that tutorial, I basically intended for people to use that until like 120 20-ish, and then you can think about doing harder things. No cherry bombing in loop 1. Or no cherry bombing on this level in loop 1. Love when you exit the level while like 20 bullets are flying across the screen. Not sure why I felt the need to shoot that red guy all the way across the map, who was definitely not bothering me in any way. I don't like this at all. Okay. I was ready to press the bomb button if it seemed like that was gonna hit me. I think in that situation, I took it like I did like a risky execution thing that I didn't actually need to do. I could have picked up the gold bomb first and used. Maybe that's not true actually. Maybe that would have been risky. That was really close. I think maybe 1 frame later on that shot, I would have been killed. I was too busy worrying about the red guys being too close to me, which also was happening. Hurts. That hurts. Almost a clean first loop. I shot the wall. Yeah, the color changes in the second loop, but yeah, nothing like that between levels. I mean, you know, can't complain. He made the game in 3 weeks, and it's like kind of goated. Can't complain. I think that might have been too risky, actually. I didn't need to shoot that turret there. I think that's the type of risk that I should maybe consider taking on the second loop, but on the first loop there's just no need. I can just chill. Jesus. Just started panicking and doing stupid stuff. Do I have time to get past this grenade? Yeah. Okay. This level's a nice break. Most of the time. I did just die on it. That was a little scary again. Right after I said it's a nice break. Please turn. Okay, that's really good RNG. Dude, here's the thing. I was doing such a good job bombing. I was doing such a good job pressing the bomb button when I was just practicing the individual levels, right? And now I'm doing a horrible job. And it's just because the first loop lulls me into this false sense of security. I need to keep my bomb instincts fully active as if it were the second loop, which is hard. Very hard. I think I am going to not be still going, but yeah. See, that was a good time to bomb. It's also a good time to reset, honestly. Probably, I don't know, should I reset if I waste a bomb on like level 1? I don't think I will. We don't need any additional loop 1, any additional time spent in loop 1. I don't know what this routing is. Sure. Even loop 1 sometimes still gets me really thinking. Maybe not a great decision putting that grenade there. Yeah, if that grenade had not been there, I think I would have avoided that bomb. It was like a chain of unfortunate things that start. God dang it. I walked too far. Blocked myself at the wall. Chain of unfortunate things that started with that grenade being there. You have to think about where you kill the green guys sometimes, because they always drop a grenade where they die. Alright, let's get into loop 2 again, please. Okay, can I do that? I think I just have to go all the way around, probably. Unfortunately, shot the wall there. Execution issue. Having a lot of execution issues. I feel like I need to cherry bomb. No. Scary ghost? I can't even walk to the right here safely, I need to wait. And now this grenade is in a really bad spot. This is horrible. Jesus. They walk so fast at this point that it's like... you just can't, like, risk coming close to them while they're wandering around like that. I think I might have to bomb my... Actually... This is kind of alright pace in terms of resources, I think. Don't like this instant ghost. Dang it. Don't like this instant ghost on this level, it's really bad. And now I have to somehow get out of this. Okay, that's gonna push that... Oh, I did not see that my bullet did not hit both of the red guys. It only hit the front one. Okay. I basically have enough time for one more. I don't know. I have time for multiple, 2 more full runs actually. But I'll take a break to talk to chat. Yeah, Decobot. Well, he's actually putting. I think he actually recently announced that he put Decobot on hold, and he's actually fleshing out his like beat 'em up, more straightforward like beat 'em up prototype. He's working on some other like beat 'em up. I think Decobot is like kind of like a shmup beat 'em up hybrid or something. Yeah, the background music is good. Yeah, 3-all is not happening. The amount of just having 2 loop 2s in a row, like the third loop is the same as the second loop. So in theory, if I can do the second loop, I should be able to do the third loop. But having 2 that are like that lucky in a row, plus conserving enough resources, that's just, I don't know. Yeah. There can be puzzles in action games, like, you know, figuring out the route, figuring out a good route in a shmup can be like kind of a puzzle, because it's something that you figure out once, right? And there is a best way to do it. Although like there are kind of like different levels of quality solution, of better and worse solutions there. Like I might compare that to like a Zachtronics game, right? Like an optimization problem kind of puzzle game. And I assume the Doom levels fit into that kind of thing, that kind of category. Yeah. Yeah, action puzzle I could see being a descriptor, but it's not like both at once. It's like you do you're doing the action in order to like figure out all of the elements that are relevant to the puzzle, and then you solve the puzzle separately from actually playing, and then you do the action to execute your solution, your route or whatever. It's almost like separate things. It's almost like the action puzzle are separate, whereas like when people describe Tetris as action puzzle, they're kind of saying it's both at the same time or something. But yeah, it is kind of like I've kind of disparagingly said about shmups that they're kind of like a bad. Sometimes playing a shmup is like playing a bad puzzle game followed by a bad rhythm game. And meaning, you know, solving the route is like a puzzle, but it's not as good as a real puzzle game. And then executing the route is just pressing the buttons at the right time. It's just pure execution. Except it's not as, I'd rather be playing a rhythm game because it tells me straight up what I'm supposed to be doing. Which at that point is just better than having stuff memorized. Is every run the same in this game? In what sense? The levels, so the level layouts are always the same, but basically everything else is crazy random. Where the enemies spawn, some aspects of how they move. And yeah, overall it's feels very much not the same from one attempt to the next, which is part of what makes it extremely hard to do at an event, at a showcase like I'm going to try to do. That combined, like, extreme randomness, combined with the fact that you die in one hit every time. Like, it's just stupid. It's just stupid to try to do what I'm trying to do right now. That's also why I'm like I am not promising the 2-all, even though that is my stated goal. I cannot promise that that is actually happening. And in fact, I would bet on it not happening. Whoa, he stepped behind that wall. That was sketchy. I had a feeling that was going to hit the green guy. Now I have to worry about an enemy spawning. Okay, it's just a green guy over there. Oh. Feel good about this. The way that the enemy's path, the way that the red guy's path on that screen, the pathing is just, as far as I'm aware, it's just something you have to memorize. The way that they path in different spots. And the way that they path on that screen is just so evil. I mean, you know, I did say it's like the easiest. It is the easiest level, so I guess the pathing kind of offsets that a little bit. Makes the difficulty a little bit more even, but it's just hilarious. The way that they like try to dodge you behind those corners. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I didn't see that guy. I forgot about that little... Okay, that's a perfect example. What is that, man? What is that bullet? What is that shot going straight over his head? Unless I just saw it wrong and he ducked down. But I'm pretty sure that's an example of the bug I've been experiencing, or the whatever the jank is. It may not be actually a bug. Maybe something that actually makes the game better after I understand it. But currently, it sucks. Okay, I have an instant ghost on this level. That should be fine. Should be able to get past it right now. Don't love this at all. I'm just gonna be a bitch. I was terrified for half a second there. What do the ghosts do? They just move through all geometry and they chase you down and kill you instantly when they touch you, like most things in this game. Thanks for the good luck on the run, DJ. Yeah, the game's awesome. It just gets better, I think. Once you get good, it's better as you get good. I'm just gonna bomb this. I don't want to worry about that grenade. Can I walk? Yeah. I think I might be getting an instant. Oh, this is really awkward. Spawns too. Yeah, instant grave there. Should be okay. Don't like... Oh, okay, the bomb... the bomb very conveniently routed to me there. Okay. It's pretty sketchy for the easiest level in the run. Dude! that was terrifying. Okay, I messed up. I needed to kill there to spawn a grave. So now I need to wait as long as possible to kill an enemy here, because a grave on this level... I pressed the wrong button. It's such a disaster. It's such a disaster. I don't know if I'm going to be able to even get through this level at all, let alone with enough resources to get very far afterwards. God, I'm bombing again here. Bombing again, because now I can probably just get to the exit. Not even, man. It is such a disaster. sure about that cherry bomb decision. So yeah, 1 bomb. Oh wait, I get 1 more. So two bombs left for the rest of the run, which is like what I need just for 2-5. Scary. Don't like this at all. Iframe abuse. Somehow I'm alive right now. I don't like that I chose to go down there. I didn't see that guy in the massive green guys. Whoops. Used too many bombs. Game that's good when you're bad, but gets worse as you understand it more. Honestly, I think that any game that's like, you know, a game that's meant to be replayed for score or whatever, like arcade style games that are too static fall into that category for me. Like I can enjoy one-alling Dodonpachi or a lot of cave games and Psycho games, stuff like that. I can enjoy like one-alling them, just not practicing, not worrying about like optimal routing, just kind of winging it and playing for survival and like improv, you know, playing it improv. But then the more you play it, the more you just memorize it, and then it becomes like a lot more solved, and there becomes a lot of like downtime where you are basically not at any risk. You know what you're doing, whatever. There becomes more and more boring time in those kind of games, the better you get at them. And really a lot of games are like that, not just arcade games. Like Hotline Miami that's I feel like what I just said applies to Hotline Miami, at least a little bit too. I haven't played that much Hotline Miami though, so I pretty much have only done 1 playthrough of that game, so. Waiting to spawn a grave there. Oh, sorry, I missed your comment, Lynn. 1 second. I will respond after this attempt. I think I want to kill there. I don't even know what to do about the sandwich of blue guys there. Okay, that was really weird. I needed to shoot a guy! I needed to shoot a guy there. Okay. I put the grave at the bottom, which shouldn't be a problem. The kind of mistake I really don't want to make on the second loop, though. Getting an instant grave on a relatively difficult level. Have to wait for this grenade. Have to wait for one of these grenades. Always a little bit tricky to figure out how to best deal with the red guys just at the very beginning of this level. And then once you get them set up correctly, the level is just solved. I think that's good. hate this. Just kidding, it's fine. Okay, this is a really good spawn for this level. Really lucky. I had full bombs, man. Full bombs. Full bombs, and I just walked into that guy. It's because I thought I was one half tile to the right of where I was. Okay, Lynn. Don't know if you're able to find a way to fix this from happening, but your mic has been doing this every so often. It just cuts out it just cuts out very briefly, right? Yeah, thanks for telling me. I haven't talked about this on stream. An audio pop? Let me just watch. When you say every so often, like how often? Yeah, I'll look into that. It may or may not be related to a different issue that I don't know how to solve. But that issue happens like once every 5 hours or something. Once every few minutes, dang. Okay. I wonder if that was happening last week. I set up some NVIDIA noise canceling bullshit recently. But once every few minutes is pretty bad. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Actually, since it's already happening right now, I'm actually just gonna turn off the if it lets me switch microphone settings. Okay. I just switched to just my raw microphone capture, and you can tell me, I'll go for at least another few minutes or whatever, and you can tell me if it happens again. But now you're gonna hear the air conditioner and stuff, but that's just too bad, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if this actually will fix it though. So we'll see. I went over my time, by the way. I think, so what was the best I got? Like 2-4 or 2-... Did I get to 2-5? I at least got to 2-4, which is not embarrassing. If I can't get past like 2-1 or something, I will bring shame to my entire family. But I'm fine with getting to 2-4. Game's hard. I also just, when I said that I would do this, like when I submitted the run and said that my goal was a 2-all, I really expected to know that I was doing this way further ahead of time so that I could just practice a little bit every day for like a month or something, you know? Like I found out I was doing this like less than a week ago. Significantly less than a week ago, like 4 days ago or something. So, yeah. Didn't mean for that guy to go that way. Damn. I was scared I wouldn't react quickly enough if the turret turned my way. Okay, that again! And once again, it's this over its head thing. What is that? Fortunately, I keep getting it in cases where I actually have time to react. Oh, that was almost... It was almost really good where it was going to spawn the stairs right in front of me. I'm so stupid, man. I didn't think about the turret. Yeah, so Loop 2 has way more enemies and they move way faster. And they respawn way faster, I think, as well. Bombing really early in 2-1 really sucks because you usually destroy geometry when you do that. And that makes everything harder because you have to think about so many more possibilities that you wouldn't have to think about for how the enemies could be moving and different lines that they could shoot you from. You know, you just don't have practice with that. You don't have experience with that level layout. Dude. Horrible. Fortunately, this is the first loop and I can probably get away with that, yeah. On the second loop, that would have been at least like one... Probably would have been like 2 bombs. Okay. But yeah, after the second loop, it doesn't get harder, seemingly. I've only gotten barely, like, half a level into the second loop, but seemingly it does not get harder. It just... I assume it just loops infinitely after that point. But it does get harder because you're out of bombs. After doing the second loop, you're definitely out of bombs. I can't imagine trying to resource route for 3 loops. Dude, just let me in. Just let me in. Have to bomb. I don't know. Felt too scary. I really hate this. Dude, I don't even know. That felt super unlucky. This continues to feel super unlucky. I don't trust that. I was trying to iframe. Damn, dude. Did not see that blue guy until he fired. I think I should just go mid here. Worked out pretty nicely. I feel like I had to do that. I feel like I have to do that again. Okay, I did get the grave. I did get the grave down. Only 1 bomb left, plus 1 that I'm about to get for score. Careful. I pressed the bomb button, but it was during a shot, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a break in the stream, take a break, do a little bit more practice after, you know, in a couple hours or something after my brain has cooled down, and then just send it. I mean, look, the people will get to see a 1-all at the very least. I don't know about the 2-all. How's it going, Don? I'll be watching the new Shrek 5 movie. Another excellent question from the Buddha. Death predictions. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not well versed in Shrek lore. Sorry to disappoint. Okay, I'm gonna go I need to eat something. That's probably why I'm playing so badly now. It's because I need to eat something. That's my excuse. All right. Catch you guys next week on this stream. Catch you guys later today if you watch the Shmup Slam stream in like 6 hours or something. And yeah, join the Discord if you want to hang out and talk about video games at any other time. Bye-bye.